Hey everybody, sorry for the lack of music, kind of doing this in a hurry. Day 4 of Project 365, it's Tuesday, April 14th. I had a test today in my broadcast management class. I spent all night last night studying for it when my camera wasn't working properly. It was being really weird. I was lucky to even get the video done, actually, because my audio was it was being weird. So yeah, I had a test today, and none of the questions were on any of the study guides. None of them. 0. Which was really surprised me, because the first test came almost entirely from the study guides. So of course the only thing I studied for this test is the study guides, thinking, oh, well, they'll come from the study guide because that's what she did last time. And she said this test was even going to be easier. Well, yeah, none of those questions were on the study guide. And I'm pretty sure I did not get a passing grade on that test. Probably not. I say that a lot, though. But yeah, I did really bad on that test, because it just wasn't anything like what we expected it to be. Which is fine. That just means we'll have a final, and everybody's complaining about it, because if the class averages an 85 on the first tests, we don't have a final. Well, I know there's already people who have failed the first test, who didn't study for this test at all, I don't care if we have a final, honestly. So what if it's at 8 o'clock in the morning? I'm going to be here, so it's no skin off my back. I really don't care to take another test. It's not a big deal. I'd much rather do a test than a huge project with 10 papers, 9 papers, one of them being 10 pages long. Friggin' common law. I'd much rather take a test than have to write all these papers. So yeah, today I have to, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I have to clean my room, then I have to get some stuff together, and I'm going to my grandmother's house to watch a TV show. The NHL Draft Lottery is tonight, and I'm really hoping that the Avs can be amazing in it, although they really don't have anything to do with it. But, yeah, so I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna go to Mimi's and watch that. Mimi's my grandmother, for those of you, I don't know who might be watching this. So, you know. So I'm gonna go to Mimi's and watch that, and finish my article review. I did start one last night, but then I realized that I had a test, so I stopped. So I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm gonna do a law brief, and hopefully I'll even get another article review started. That would be really good, because that would be 3 of the 9 papers I have to do right there in one day, which means I can do 3 more tomorrow, and, while I listen to the Spitfires hockey game. Sorry. And, I still have to do an interview, and I'm gonna try to contact Tammy Hayes tomorrow and see if she'll let me interview her, and hopefully I can get that done Friday, and then I'll have this whole weekend and next week basically to write one 10-page paper, which I can crank out in a night if I need to. 10 pages isn't anything to me. I've been writing 10-page papers since high school, so not a big deal. Oh, so, okay, I did want to tell you a story about something that happened to me today before our test. We were sitting, in the hallway studying, me and these 2 other girls, one of whom is in my comm law class, this class with all these papers, and I mentioned something about how little I had done on the project so far, and she was like, are you gonna get it done? And I was like, yeah, I'll get it done. Don't worry, it's not that big of a deal. I'm not worried about it because I know how fast I can work, and I know what I'm doing. I have pretty much all of my resources all lined up. It's not going to take me long to crank out a paper. And I even said, I can crank out a 10-page paper in a night. It's not that big of a deal. And these papers don't have to be genius papers. I've done very well on all the tests. I don't have to do, it's not like I have an F to make up for or something ridiculous. And she was like, yeah, but this is a big part of your grade too. And I was like, yes, I realize that. But I've done really well on the test so far. So if I do not so well on these papers, those tests will save me. I will be fine. Don't you freaking worry about me. And she's like, yeah, but you haven't handed in anything, blah, 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 all this other stuff. And I was like, look, I know what I'm doing. I'm a senior in college. I know how to pass a class. I'm not stupid. Ugh. I do not like people telling me that I'm not going to be able to do something because they don't know how I operate. They don't know how fast I can write a paper. They don't know what I have done. She doesn't know anything about me. It just, it drove me nuts. Like, how are you going to sit there and tell me that you worry about your own stuff? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, so that really aggravated the heck out of me. And she was just like, well, unlike you, I care about my grades, and I should study for this test. And I was like, well, you do that, because I will be just fine. You do not have to worry about me. You worry about yourself. I'm going to pass that class. There's no way I'm not going to pass that class. All I have to do is get the papers done and hand them in. They don't have to be fantastic papers. They don't have to be rocket science. They just have to be done, basically. As long as I hand them in, I will get plenty of points to get a B in that class. There will be no problem in that class for me, as long as I just get those papers done, which I'm on my way to doing. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I have 2 weeks to do this, and I can crank out these papers like butter. Like, it's not a problem. I can write a paper. I'm really good at writing papers. So, she needs to just step off. Sorry about that little rant there at the end of this. But she just made me mad, so that was what I dealt with today. Anyway, I guess that's it, for today. I will post again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then. Later.